guest here. Rich, you
Hey, how's it going, Kimberly?
Hi, how you doing?
All right. What's going on, everybody? I'm Rich Jones, aka Mr. 34th D, if y'all get the hint. And this is Kimberly Woodson. Kimberly, on June the 15th, I got this little rally going on up in Lansing to where people like you, anybody that have any injustices that they want to bring to the forefront when it comes to our criminal justice department, you are all welcome. The reason why I scheduled this day on June the 15th is because I met a lot of people like yourself, but I haven't met enough people like yourself. And what I mean by that is I have met a lot of people that are stuck on their issue when it comes to this criminal justice system and these facilities that's going on. But you all about the issues like I am. You are in there. You are fighting, and you're fighting more than me because I'm fighting a lot of battles. You have cut a couple of lanes out of your life, and I'm not mad at you for doing that because in order to reach goals, you can't run in every lane and reach every goal. You just find yourself constantly fighting and never getting any victories. So I applaud you for what you just called Kimberly Cares or Kimberly what now?
It's
Your
redeeming, Kimberly.
organization, Redeeming Kimberly. I applaud you for that, and I applaud you for taking all because you took that from a brainstorming situation to now you have a website and everything. Am I right?
Yes.
And I think you're getting ready to take the final steps to where you can receive donations, or are you already
Yes.
there?
Yes, I'm about to take the final steps.
We talked about and this is not something that Kimberly woke up in January and said she was gonna do and got it done by February. This took years of active being an activist. It just took years of supporting other people like myself. She is from Detroit. She comes down to how many trips you done made down here to Flint?
Oh, I've lost count how many times I've been to Flint. Flint is like my second home. I love Flint, Michigan. It's like everywhere I went, I have always been treated like family. It's like a miniature Detroit for real. And I love the people there. I love the atmosphere. It's like the love of the city without being so many people around. And it's more laid back in Flint. I can go into an establishment and feel comfortable. Whereas it's so many different diversities in Detroit and it's so huge. Whereas I'm like, whoa, okay. Let me make sure everybody know who I am and that I come in peace.
And let me tell everybody, Kimberly, when we had that expungement day, let me go all the way back when it comes to that expungement day. Because I hear a couple people trying to say little smart things about Eric Mays doing the shuffle with the elected. When it comes to what's going on in politics and what we need to look at the overall goal, the same goal that brought you down there. We're looking at people changing their life. They were getting their record expunged. That was a reason to do the cubic circle. The other stuff that the governor, the AD, the sheriff, that's another part of the situation that's going on. But the part that I dropped my campaign for, I took what little bit of campaign donations I had and I bought flyers and I passed them out, trying to get people down there to get their record expunged.
Mm.
We got to stop talking about the negative. I mean, it's a crying shame that people want to talk about the shuffle, the little line dance or whatever, but y'all don't want to talk about many people that got their record expunged. The
Mm.
whole ideal of the thing was to get people record expunged so they could change their life. But you don't want to talk about that. You want to talk about the shelf. Yes, the governor hasn't been what you would call a A1, a 4A, or 5-star governor. There's no doubt about it. Yes, the AD dropped the charges against the people, and they starting all over, and it's looking like we're gonna have some crazy. But yes, he did do that. Yes, every move that they made, I do not agree on, but I agreed on that one. And for people to try to take the attention away from the overall goal and just focus on the show, and because they're all guilty of it. I'm going to say this: everybody that have ran for office, that have running for office, that is in office, has took advantage of situations like that to make themselves look good for their constituents. So what Swanson them did, what Governor Whitmer did, what the Attorney General did, I don't see nothing wrong with it, and we see it every day. But yet we just want to choose to and talk about negativity, and I'm not here to talk about that. And I appreciate you because you came all the way down from Detroit to help out. With people right here in Flint didn't get up to help out, but yet they want to throw and pick at people that did come. I appreciate the fact that Eric Mays came down there and congratulated those people that got their record expunged. I appreciate the fact that I think he even might have came down there and got a couple of them charges that he had against him erased. But for people to have the conversation that of the shuffle versus the overall goal, got to stop. Got to stop.
You know, that's the trick of the enemy. They put false media in, or they put deceptive media in, and they allow us to start gossiping and talking about that narrative instead of focusing on what the real narrative should have been. And that's how many people got freed. What's the backstories, or what is the follow-ups 2 months later or a year from the expungement? How are these people doing in their lives? How have their lives improved as individual? How do they feel? That is the real story, because that was the real help. Those people receiving a second chance at life, expungement. And yes, he wasn't the only official out there doing the electric shuffle. I was happy to see them being human. They were there all day in the heat, not complaining, running around, working like every other volunteer. So if they wanted to let loose at the end of the day and celebrate with those who had received expungements, why is that the issue? Why is that the issue? What about all the wonderful things that happened prior to that one incident? And that's what's so sad about today's society as a whole, is that we so busy tearing each other's methods down that we not seeing the bigger picture. They want us to continue to fight inside so that we don't have to face them. The more that they get us to knock each other over, the less we have to come up against the stronger opponent. So all they got to do is simply put a rumor in here and there, or something here and there, and all of a sudden, I don't want to work with this person because of X, Y, and Z, or I like this issue, but my bill is not quite the same as her ballot initiative, so I don't want to work with her. How about this? We both have the issue. We want to bring something different to our people that we're fighting for. So let's support each other and just keep going. And whomever situation win, whether it be a bill that is passed or a ballot initiative that is won, let's congratulate together at the biggest celebratory party that we have. How about this? The winner, the other one who initiative or ballot didn't win, throw the other one up a party. Hey, you know, that's how it should be. It shouldn't be that I don't want to support this because you froze up, Rich. Okay.
He'll be right back. I'm just waiting. Oh, here you go.
Absolutely. You want me to just keep talking?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay, yes. So it shouldn't be where somebody, just because they're not supporting or haven't writ the words to this certain legislative action, they shouldn't support it. Who cares if who gets the credit? The people that is behind the initiative, who it affects, is the ones that really care about they coming home sooner, or if it's good time being passed, or cash bill being ended. Whatever the initiative that we trying to fight, we all trying to fight to end mass incarceration by in half by 2032. So that shouldn't matter. Let's all work together. Who I don't care who get the credit. I don't care about who is the elected official, as long as the elected official is doing what the people that voted them in to do. As long as you don't get into your elected office and all of a sudden forget the people that got you there and the promises that you made to get into that office. You work diligently in that office that the people gave you,
Serve the people.
that you serve them with the dignity and respect that is given to you for having that position. So it don't matter to me who win what place and how, as long as the person is there is going to do it in dignity and line up with the people's values. And the
Amen.
majority has to win. That's our democracy. And look at what's happening right now at this war that's going on. That's a dictator. We don't want that kind of stuff.
That's a serious dictator. Kimberly,
Yeah.
give us a little update of what's going on with these women facilities, especially Huron Valley. What's going on up there?
I was gonna get to that at the good time, but these women really nothing has changed.
We
That's
we can come back to good times too,
yeah,
because
but
I
I'm
know
just
you got
yeah.
I know you got some events with that coming up also.
Yes, and I do have a hard stop at 7:30 because I have a good time meeting to facilitate.
Okay.
I'm sorry, you know how it is.
Hey, keep it real, keep it real.
I'm just being honest, just how I am. You asked me to come on, and you my bro, and I support you and Flint to the hilt. You know what I'm saying? What districts they trying to post? You supposed to be Mr. What? I don't hear you,
34th
bro.
D.
Wait a minute, say it
34th
again. They
D.
ain't hear.
34th D. They don't know what time it is.
I hear you, bro. They hear you. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? And you are going to get there and you're going to give the people your word.
Oh,
You're
I
going to
got
listen
some.
to the people because you get in the rooms with them. So I didn't mean to switch you over to what you want. I apologize. But you know how
We all good, but we all good.
Chris.
But you need to because these people need to know that these ladies need to be uplifted and they need to be represented, and we need to speak, and not only for these, because whatever these ladies are going through, these other prisoners are in different facilities around Michigan are in doing some of the similar stuff, because it's the same people that's over most of these prisons. So what happens in one, it can translate over to another. And if we can make a stand and demand that one of them get straightened out, we can make a stand and demand that all of them get straightened out. So it's all important. And then, like I said, we got different people that taking on combating against different prisons. That's the reason why I'm trying to pull everybody together on June the 15th. And Miss Woodson, she happened to have one of the many people that happen to have a pet peeve when it comes to that Huron Valley Women facility. And if all of these people are speaking out against this facility, something needs to be done. And I know how it feels, Kimberly, to scream. And you're screaming at people that act like you're not talking to them. You're bringing up subjects that people don't even want to talk about. And what I mean by that, I'm going to give y'all a prime example. because me and Mick was supposed to do a little live earlier today, but things just didn't work out. So I got to bring the city council meeting into this. Last night at the city council meeting, Eric Mays made a very clear point of view that something has been going on before I was born, and that was when two council members come to agreement that they want to have a meeting, that all they do is pass it to the city clerk office, and the city clerk prints it up, and it's a meeting. Out the blue, out of all of these years, the city clerk all of a sudden want to say that, no, I got to get permission from the city attorney before I post a meeting. Eric then pulled out the city charter, read it to where you do not have to get permission from the city, brought up many instances to where we have never gotten permission from the city. What the real deal is, that particular meeting they don't want to have. So instead of letting him post it like it's supposed to be posted, they done threw this, whatever it is, in the game. During the council meeting, they just kept making statements like he didn't say that. They just kept making statements like he was wrong. You attacked the city attorney. You attacked. No, you didn't. Anybody, me or you, anybody that making false statements can be checked. Just because we say something don't mean it's right and it's a law. A lot of people say stuff that are lies, that are in elected position. And that was a straight up lie.
And as a resident of Flint, how do you feel about that? And how do you think the rest of the residents should feel about the total disrespect that you feel he's received?
And in this particular instrument and what's going on now, I'm surprised at two people. I'm surprised at two people that are, and one of them is Tanya Burns, and the other one is Arthur Woodson. And what I'm surprised about them is that they are ignoring it when Eric brought up the fact, and then both of them know. I mean, those are knowing people when it comes to how the charter governs the city council. So for them to ignore the knowledge that Eric gave, and no, I wasn't disrespecting her. I was just letting her know that she don't need, and he letting her know something that she knew before she lied. Flat out. She knew, she'd been the city clerk before he was elected to the council. So she didn't already bypass going to the city attorney for years. But now all of a sudden, she can't post a meeting, not unless it go to the city attorney first. I'm gonna have to come back in again. So I don't know why this person keep calling me. I told him what I was doing. So I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna hopefully I can just let this phone ring and I won't answer it, and hopefully I can keep my volume up. So that's what I'm gonna do this time. But and it kind of disrupted me. But that was very disturbing. And like I said, when you know somebody is telling the truth, and then you go and try to use the truth to attack somebody, and in this case, take their presidency from them, I just can't stand for that. I gotta say something. I've been trying to be like, because Eric is my boy, and the person that they want to become mayor is my girl. So I'm trying to not say nothing, but I just can't let them do false stuff like that and get away with it. I can't do it.
It's wrong
for Councilman Burns to stand up there and act like she don't know that all it takes is two of them to post a meeting, and that's what the city clerk worked for the council. The way stuff been going, this new council think that the city clerk tells the council what to do. This new council thinks that the attorney tells the city council what to do. And it's not like that. The council can get rid of the city clerk, and the council can get rid of that attorney. But people think that the attorney and the clerk runs the city, and they don't. And I just wanted to say that because Eric was getting ignored last night, and you be out there, you be speaking up, and people act like. And I know it's frustrating, but guess what? This woman right here, instead of get frustrated, she made them matter. She sees me, oh, well, ignore this. Oh, y'all want, ignore this. Oh, yeah, now y'all want to say something about this. Because she going to keep on hitting them until they recognize it. Like I said before, she started from a brainstorm to now she's getting ready to be able to accept donations. She started from a brainstorm. Now she's getting ready to be able to accept donations. She started from begging people to come and stand with her to being able to organize stuff to where people can meet her at places. Ain't nothing but the will of God, because when people ignore you, it's easy for you to just stop doing it, and then you ain't got to worry about nobody trying to boost you up to keep it going because everybody ignored you in the first place. And for you to go from being ignored to now you're being acknowledged. Because when it comes to the Good Time Make Good Sense initiative in Michigan, if you don't mention Kimberly Wood's name when you're talking about doing that, is you really talking about Good Time Make Good Sense? You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
I can't say nothing about Good Time Make Good Sense, not unless I mention the work that I do through you.
House Bill, what is it, 649, which I also support. That's MJA. They are have a bill in the House that I'm supporting. And also I have a ballot initiative, Good Time Initiative. You can look it up. www.liberation.org, liberationforall.org. And I forgot they changed the website. It's a new name. I forgot they shortened it, goodtimemakes.org. Michigan. I will put it all. I will send it all to you so you can go put it on there. I apologize. However, I would like to go back to the women. Nothing has changed since before the sexual lawsuit.
Kimberly, keep talking. I'm finna go out and come back in.
$500,000,000. The women are still being raped. They still being mistreated. There are still health care being denied to people in here. And what's so difficult for the women is that they have no other facility to go to. They have nowhere else to be transferred to. So they have to deal with that warden, that lieutenant, those sergeants, that staff. They have to deal with that tiny facility that has already been condemned in certain spots. You know what I'm saying? They already, whenever they shut down a prison for the men, this is my miracle baby, y'all. Thank you very much. I was wondering when she was going to do a cameo. Whenever they shut down a prison and give it from the men and give it to the women, they have deemed it is not livable for the men. The men, they are more afraid of the men and the conditions that they will fight for versus the women. Not saying that they're more docile, but they are less likely to riot and hurt people versus the men in the many multitudes of prisons that they have in MDOC. Though, yes, they do have similar issues, both in men prison and in the female prison. Our focus on the female prison is that by COVID-19 being in there, it's like they in sardines. And on top of that, they have to worry about inadequate health care or officers choosing to do whatever they want with their body. When if you reinstate Good Time, half of those women will be eligible to come home within the next couple of years. They will be able to come home and be productive citizens and actually live a productive life. Good Time will reinstate programming that will help an individual work on themselves and actually do the redeeming qualities. Stop that. I just heard you. The redeeming qualities. Sorry,
my little star back there.
My kid feels like this is her time.
Photo opera. Hey, photo opera. Hey, photo. How you doing? Hey, not that. Do that.
Stop.
Give me the wave.
I apologize. My little stinker.
It's all good. We need some life. We need some life. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I'm a full-time mom. Be still, Jay. Be still. You just hurt my booty. Yes, you're gonna do more than that, and you're gonna be still.
Hey, I like them. Hey, when you gonna give me some of that hair? So I can start wearing these hats on these little podcasts.
Ooh-wee. But yes, Good Time will restore them and be able to like start programming on the onset of them going in versus waiting 2 years before their earliest release date, which ultimately makes them go past their out date, which makes the taxpayer pay more money for their incarceration. And then they came out having 80% of their time doing no programming and only 20% of their time with programming. What do you think is going to win out? The 80% of the time, the wolf that they fed, the bad wolf or the good wolf? Who's going to win?
They're trying to heighten the chances of them doing something wrong and getting more time put onto their sentence. They're playing mind games with them, and I give a shout out because I know you be going inside the prisons and you talk to prisoners. You tell all them prisoners that doing whatever they got to do to keep the good time made good sense as something that we should be out here fighting for, because they're not giving them any stories to bring out here to derail and stop the people from standing up for them, because that's what it's all about. Like the first time that people started commenting on these little podcasts that we doing. Well, my son got murdered. I don't feel we're not trying to say anything when it comes to these people individual cases. The only thing that we're trying to say is that their living condition is not safe. The coronavirus did not start in the prisons. The coronavirus was brought into the prisons, and it's only right that the prisons do what it takes to make things right. It's bad enough we done lost lives, and just the fact of the ones that have suffered from COVID that overcame it from the prison. Remember, once again, the COVID did not start in the prisons. It started outside of the prisons and it was brought into them. So the reason why I say no one was sentenced to death is because of these conditions that they have, people are dying from it. And people are worried about their loved ones. Some people are losing contact with their loved ones. And it's just a lot going on. And some people are just worried in general. When they talk to their kids and they find out their kids don't have a mask. When they talk to their kids and they find out that they don't have the sanitation, the gloves, and it's obvious. Kimberly was once in prison. Jaleel was once in prison. Ed Pinckney was once in prison. And they all testified that social distancing is not possible in those cells. So if social distancing is not possible in those cells, and the reason why they're telling me that they're not opening up single cells in this pandemic or these pandemics, it's been three of them. And that the reason why they're not opening up these single cells is because it costs too much money. The reason why they closed the single cells is because they could use the same amount of prison guards that they was using to watch one facility, and they could pile 2 or 3 facilities together, let them same amount of prison guards watch them. That's the only reason why. I believe in lives over profit. The current situation believes in profit over life. So that's where we're clashing heads with. That's why I'm trying to bring everybody together on June the 15th, because that's one thing that all of these causes like yours has in common, is that they're standing up for somebody that are in the position to where social distancing is not being provided. I've been hearing stories about how they'll take a group of infected prisoners and move them to another prison, and it's just a bunch of horror stories when it comes to the coronavirus and our correctional facility. So I felt I had to do something, and it feels good. I had the strength to do it because I knew people like Kimberly had my back. I went out on a limb. Kimberly, I just now talked to you about this program, and I've been doing this stuff since we've been doing this since what, January, February, Mick? Probably the middle of February. We've been doing these podcasts. No one was sentenced to death probably since the middle of February. But I just now called you, and what did you do? You changed your schedule for me. I was like, can you do it next Tuesday? You said, no, I can't do it next Tuesday because you got something big going, and we're going to talk about that too. Then I said, well, can you do it? Can you do it tomorrow at 4? You said, no, I can do it at 6. And I got happy and said, yeah, we're going to do it at 6. But I forgot Mickey ain't available to 6:30. So Mick became available at 6:30. We got all of our strings put together, and here we are. But that's the way we work.
I would like to speak to the your viewer who spoke on about her. I think she said her son was murdered.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I want to apologize for your loss. I want to tell you that although I did not take his life, I am just responsible for his murder. I feel that pain of taking a life every day. However, I allowed that anger that I had as a kid to fuel something positive in my life, and I am the woman you see today. I never, ever excuse somebody's crime. What I want is them to have the same place in life that I have now, to be able to look someone in the eye and say, I'm sorry for your pain. But until an individual work on their pain, and a lot of individuals, they hurt people because they've been hurting and they lashed out at the wrong individual. It don't make it right. And there's no excuse for your pain. But I'm trying to reinstate good time so that they can have programming, so they can have opportunity to work on themselves and get to the root of why they was hurting, why they took your life or your precious loved one and anybody else's loved one. I want them to work on themselves so that they never have the need, the urge, or the retaliation of whatever led them to take a life ever again, because they will have reached a level of maturity that they know that that's not the way to solve an issue. That's what I want. I'm not excusing anybody's behavior. And I'm not asking you to hand anybody a get out of jail free card. However, I'm saying is that give them an opportunity to really work on themselves. You are in a position in life where you didn't have to have those things. They don't have the proper support group like you have had to get over the pain that was caused to you by an individual inside there. I want them to come home because eventually 90% of them is going to come home. I want them to come home whole. We can determine how they do their time and how they work on their individual selves during that time to come home back to our community in the process of being able to heal what they broken and to pour in and not take away. Please consider supporting this Good Time initiative. Thank you.
Amen. And I love what you just said, because we're not here to fight about anybody reasons for being incarcerated. We're not here to defend anybody that's incarcerated. We are only here to let people know of the wrongdoings that is being done by our criminal justice system. That's it. Now, I feel everything. That's the reason why I did this, and that's the reason why I strictly was like, Mick, we gonna, when they come hard, if they ain't talking about what we talking about, we ain't finna be derailed. Because in life, when Kimberly speak up, people ignore her. But if they don't ignore her, they want to change the conversation to why is they locked up in jail. And the bad part about it for you guys is we've been doing it too long. We know what y'all finna do. Y'all see through. And I'm not saying it to that lady, because I'm just saying it to, it's a bunch of individuals that it seems like they are hired to destroy us. They are hired to distract us. They are hired to discredit us. And you can't discredit us because it's living proof what we're talking about. But yet, once again, people want to, just like their city council, they want to ignore living proof. They want to ignore what they're looking at. They want to ignore what they're listening to. And it's time out for people like that, and it's time out for and it's time in for people like you to continuously doing what you're doing. And once that 501c3 is all the way finalized to where you receive donation, because you're not the only, you're gonna find out that you are being heard. It's just that these original people that are hearing you want to suppress your calling. Remember, anything good comes hard. Anything good. This what you're trying to do. I mean, just think about where you started at. It wasn't easy getting to where you are. It was many days that you could have said, and wouldn't have been nobody, hey Kimberly, what's up with that good time make good sense? But now you can stop doing it, and all of a sudden out the blue somebody go, hey Kimberly, man, we got this going. Hey child, hey, you ain't out of nothing. We finna tear this facility up next week, and you gonna be there. And guess who gonna drop what they doing and be there with a microphone? Hey, Kimberly Woodson, the same person that said, "Man, I'll let that go." That's the same person, and I'm not lying on you. And this is the good part about it. This is the tripped out part. I don't talk to you that much. As a matter of fact, if you put all the minutes together that me and you talked before today, it don't even total an hour. But it don't take long to know good people. It don't take long to know when somebody is on the same trail to you on. It don't take long to know a real person from a pump faker. She is not a pump faker. It don't take long. And as they say back out in the street, real recognize real. Ain't that what they say? So, it was natural. And, I see people like you, and I thank God, because we didn't have to cross paths. And to be honest, the first time we crossed paths, we didn't exchange number. That could have been all two of that expungement day having a good time. It could have been it. But then guess what happened? Somebody drove down from Detroit to help with the night program. And we've been working together and communicating ever since. Like, when she has something, yeah, I can't physically get there, but I can physically share the heck out of it. I can physically tell many people as I know that, hey, it's going on just like today. I got you on here so you can tell people about when you get off of here. How many more minutes you got before you get off?
I have you got 6 more minutes and I gotta jump off
Okay,
and jump on there.
okay. So with those 6 minutes, man, you're gonna have to be fast because you got a lot going on. I need you to tell everybody what's going on Tuesday and what's going on when you get off when you get off of here, and how long is it gonna be before we can start putting out and we can do a thing? We might well drop our email. We might well drop our donation line at the same time. I'm gonna be prepared next week. What about you?
No, I ain't gonna prepare that fast.
Well, listen.
But I
When you
will
get
support you.
when you get that when you get all that set up, because I'm just talking because I don't know how to do that right now. If you said, Rich, cash out me something, I'll be like, man, let me go catch somebody with a cash. Let me go catch somebody with a cash app. I'll send it to you. Rich Jones don't do
get
none
there
of that.
when the Lord want us to get there. But I want everybody to know that on April the 3rd is Sunday, Day of Empathy, where preachers around Michigan will be preaching a redemption message, and it's going to be focused on their support on the Good Time Initiative ballot drive. And also, I want you to know that in the biggest church in Pontiac, Michigan, Pastor Keon Payton's church, the honorable, well, no, he's not honorable anymore, the pastor, Kwame Kilpatrick, will be delivering the redemption message for Michigan Good Time Initiative Drive. I would like to everybody start the flyers will be coming out. It's just hot off the press. The agreement just went down in ink today, so this is hot off the press from our coalition or group. So look forward to that. It's going to be a lot of pastors rocking the mic on April the 3rd. On Monday, April the 4th at 12 noon, we want everybody to pray for loved ones inside of the Michigan Department of Corrections. But I want to be bold enough to say, let's pray for everybody that is incarcerated around the whole world. Monday at noon, let's pray for their deliverance. Let's pray that they get healing inside there. Let's pray that they get programming that they need to start their process of rehabilitating themselves in a hostile environment that they have just decided to warehouse them and say, you've done wrong, but we don't want to do anything to help you do right. We just want you to sit still. So let's pray that they get what they need, y'all. Reach me at redeemingkimberly.org, redeemingkimberly.com. Reach me at redeemingkimberly5317@gmail.com. At Redeeming Kimberly Facebook page. You can reach me at kim@myliberation.org. You can call me at 313-957-1410 for anything that got to do with Good Time, anything that got to do with fighting, closing down here around Valley. I'm your girl. I don't care if it's ending mass incarceration. I don't care if it's one person or 1,000 people. I will fight for that individual that is inside that wall, because every returning neighbor belongs to Redeeming Kimberly. We are trying to heal our community, one returning neighbor at a time. All we asking is you either to join us and help us or get out the way and let us do the healing. God bless you. Please have an open mind and a open heart, and know hurt people, but people that are been healed want to heal people. So let's change the narrative of those coming home from Michigan Department of Correction, from hurt people to healed people are healing people. Let's heal them inside. Let's bring back Good Time, everybody. Thank you. If you don't want to support the ballot initiative, there is House Bill 1089. There's HB 649. Support any of those things. Let's bring our people home. Let's give them programming. That's what's important. When they come home, they're coming home rehabilitated. Thank you and God bless. And I have to go. Please bring me back again. I enjoyed it, even though we got interrupted a bunch of times. But this has been the most funniest, livest show. Even though I was tired, you did not make me feel sleepy. Thanks, bro. I appreciate it.
Peace out. Kimberly, you've been a great guest. You've been a great guest, and my sound went out again, so I can't hear y'all, but I know y'all can hear me. 810 News Media Group.